I just said that an alien species, if they were going to repopulate the Earth, would come up with something more, I don't know, high tech than pods. I mean, okra is in pods. And oh, hi there. Um, this is Jim Watts with the Tulsa World. I'm here with Grace Wood and Jimmie Tramel, both lovely and talented, who are my colleagues here with the Tulsa Scene Department. And we are here to talk about what has been on our minds for the past week, and will what likely appear in future editions of the Tulsa World, available at all fine retailers and at tulsaworld.com. The conversation I was having about pods is because we apparently this hot biscuit is going to take on a new form, and we were asked to include the following in our presentation. To wit, hi, I am fill-in name here, joined by my scene counterparts, fill-in name here and fill-in name here. And this is our weekly video to talk about all things entertainment in the Tulsa area. We'll also be turning this video into a podcast for those of you who prefer to listen to a podcast. You can find both on our website, tulsaworld.com, and also on our daily scene stories online. Now that we have the official wording out of the way, welcome pod people, I guess we should say. Just curious, how many versions of Invasion of the Body Snatchers have you seen?
It was just good to see Leonard Nimoy in anything, you know?
There's actually been 3 versions.
I haven't seen a single one.
Okay. Then you're in for a treat. And
maybe she's a pod person. I don't know.
Anyway, well, we'll start with you, Grace. What have you got coming up for us this week?
Yeah, so for this coming week, I talked to 2 interior designers, Tracy Huntington and Melissa Davis, all about what they predict the biggest interior design trends for 2022 are going to be. So we got all into that, kind of talking about what their predictions are. A couple things that they both touched on were kind of a shift in style from minimalism to maximalism. They used the words more is definitely more, which I thought was funny. I think a lot of us are kind of used to seeing like a lot of stark interiors with like all white and like very minimally decorated. And now designers are starting to make rooms with a lot more personality, more luxurious finishes, and bold designs, bold colors. So that's something that's going to be coming back in 2022, as well as bold wallpaper. Natural lighting is always going to be a big thing as well. And as far as colors go, a lot of designers are saying that there's going to be a movement toward like rich colors and more natural materials and textures. So like stone, woods, mohairs, velvets, things like that. Lots of beautiful textures at play. And also like lots of linens and luxurious metals as well, just because they kind of create like a feeling of warmth and comfort and calm and hominess within the home. And I also wanted to ask you guys, so I don't know if you knew this, but every year, like most major paint companies will pick like a color of the year. And I wanted to ask you both to guess what you thought the color of the year for 2022 is.
Well, you said gray was out last week, so I'm going to go not gray.
Ungray.
Yes, it's not gray.
I'll bet it's something purple.
Interesting guess.
I'll go.
Obviously a wrong one too, but anyway.
I'll go emerald because I have no idea.
Okay, Jimmie, you are closest, but it's not quite emerald. I'm looking up the names because both of them were kind of silly. But so Sherwin-Williams announced that their color of the year is a kind of soft, sagey green color called Evergreen Fog. And then let's see, Benjamin Moore's color of the year is October Mist, which is like a slightly darker, muted green color. Not quite emerald, but you get the gist. You were close. So designers are predicting that we're going to see a lot of green accents as well as green walls this year. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for that. There's a couple more things that I didn't speak on those, so make sure to read that this Saturday.
No shock that 2022 is the year of Soylent Green. So, I mean, it makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah. And in a way, I guess gray hasn't really gone away. I mean, misty fog, you know, anyway. And I also was kind of interested that you said they were talking about more is more. The only problem is in Oklahoma, more is usually hit by tornadoes. But anyway.
That's true.
Zing.
Too soon? Okay. Jimmie, what have you got cooking for us?
I got a visual aid here. I really dig Archie. I mean, I love Archie comics. It's kind of timeless. Been around for 80 years. Last month, Archie turned 80, and I think this is really neat that a town about 5 miles north of Tulsa served as the inspiration for the Riverdale that's in the Archie mythology. So we'll keep that town a secret right now, but I took a visit to this town, kind of investigate and dig through to find some clues about Archie's past there. So we'll have a story in Friday's Tulsa World about how a town not so far away from Tulsa has something to do with Archie's 80-year history.
Well, you said 5 miles north of Tulsa, so I don't think you're talking about, Sperry or something like
that's
that.
a vocal topographical error is what that is.
Okay.
5-hour drive from Tulsa.
5 hour drive. Okay.
5 hours away from Tulsa is the inspired Riverdale.
All right. Well, let's see, what have I got coming up? Well, if not the Hills, at least the Tulsa.PAC will be alive with the sound of music. Theater Tulsa is opening a new production of the last musical that Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote, that most people know from the film version with Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer. That will open Friday, whatever Friday is going to be, the 14th. January at the Tulsa.PAC. And on Saturday, the 15th, the Tulsa Symphony is going to be doing their next concert titled Folk Dances, which is going to focus on primarily the music of Vaughan Williams, but they're also going to be honoring Ron Wheeler, who was the music director and conductor for the Tulsa Youth Symphony for 50 years. He's officially put down his baton, and will be and the symphony has created an award to honor music educators, and he will be both the first recipient, and the award itself will be named in his honor. So we'll have an interview with Mr. Wheeler coming up this Sunday. I believe most everybody knows about Reservoir Dogs, but if you are not a subscriber of Entertainment Weekly, which actually comes out monthly now, but we're not going to go there, they chose Reservation Dogs as their #1 TV show of the year. As you know, it was shot here in Oklahoma, and I think you've got a possibility of it getting more recognition coming up, Jimmie.
Yeah, it's won several awards already, and it's nominated Sunday for a Golden Globe Award in the category of Best Musical or Comedy Series. They combine those two things, and if you're Carol Burnett, that works just fine, and she's won some of those. But interesting to see Sunday night if they win a Golden Globe Award. The Emmy Awards, they won't be eligible for those until the next go round because they were presenters last year. But it's a weird year for the Golden Globe Awards. Normally they would be on NBC. You turn on Channel 2 on Sunday night when the awards would be held, and you're going to get a Raiders and Chargers game instead. There's kind of a weird situation with the Golden Globes this year where they're not televising that on NBC due to some do better situations that the Hollywood Foreign Press Association needs to maybe do some better at these things. So we may not get to watch it. We're still waiting to see if that can be live streamed or how can people watch this. But we do hope Reservation Dogs, being fans of the show, wins this award Sunday night.
Okay. All right. Well, and if all of this has made you hungry, there is a new place downtown called Dracula Sandwich. It's the latest concept from the McNelly Group on 3rd Street, just east of the main part of downtown. Gigantic sandwiches, primarily house-made ingredients. We have a full review. I think that's available right now on TulsaWorld.com. So check out that. I think
sink your fangs into it.
I thought they were quite good. I don't know if you're a fan of pastrami, but they make some of the best that I've had around town. And yeah, I mean, they're the sort of sandwiches that you're going to have to use a knife and fork on, because there's no way you're going to get this in your mouth, kind of thing. So,
hey, but before we get out of here, let me put both of you on the spot.
Okay, do that.
Because we mentioned either Archie and we mentioned Reservation Dogs, give me your favorite character from Archie mythology or your favorite character from Reservation Dogs, or both.
Okay, so I've never actually read the Archie comics, but I am a fan of the CW adaptation Riverdale.
Sure.
So I would have to say that my favorite character from Riverdale, at least, is Jughead Jones. Is that also his name in the comic too?
It is.
Okay, yeah, I always like
Forsyth Jones, but everybody calls him Jughead.
Yes, Forsyth Jones the third.
I think that's right.
Or something like that. Yeah, I always liked him because he's a writer and he's, kind of weird and different. So big Jughead fan.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I can remember when the Archies were, topping the music charts. I remember being somewhat amazed that the song Sugar Sugar, which was originally released printed on the back of cereal boxes that you could cut out and then actually play it on your record player. I'll have to explain that probably to Grace a little bit. But anyway, so I was shocked to discover that was the best-selling single of 1968. And I suppose that if I had a favorite character, it would be Archie, although I never quite understood how he got that checkerboard hairdo.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
That's a little strange, but oh well.
The Monkees turned down Sugar Sugar before the fictional band, the Archies, recorded it. So swing and a miss by the Monkees, and good for the Archies.
It certainly gave them a longevity. So, okay. All right. Well, I think that will wrap us up for this week. And we thank you for putting up with us for another few minutes. And we will all gladly see you later.
Behave.
Bye.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.